afternoon. You joined me on a trip to try and recover my lost hammer. I'm not sure exactly what happened to it, but I couldn't find it the last time I was in here. Right, so this is I trail. I've been working on I trail previously, right up to the point where I hurt my bicep, my right arm, and I stopped for a while, and I'm about ready to start working on the trail again. But the last time I was here, my hammer had disappeared. Now I kind of doubt that baboons had carried it off, and I don't know about people ever coming in here. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I misplaced it, but I couldn't find it. So the idea was to send the drone up, scout around, see if I can spot it. But with this wind, I'm not sure the drone's going to be able to go up, as I had to just land it just now. Anyway, even if I don't find it, a nice stroll. Alright, so mission accomplished. It looks like it was the baboons after all, because it's down here. The previous times I was driving with the Jeep up from the top. I generally hide it in a hollow in the rocks, but if the baboons up there, so if the baboons actually found it and started just fiddling with it, it might have slid down. And there's a chisel. So I think we found our culprits. I just need to hide it slightly deeper into a hollow. I'm wondering if I could entice them into building the pass for me. I'd forgotten how much work I'd already done, but there's a lot of work remaining. So all of this needs to be cleared away, or leveled at least. Although that bank seems quite solid, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to level that out, but in that case we can just fill in this hollow. That's not going to be too difficult. All of this is fairly loose. I'll just knock the chisel in. Just knock the chisel in a couple of blows so they don't carry it off. And I'll put the hammer in the hollow here. Anyway, I don't think my arm is ready for the work yet. I'll just think about it for a bit and prepare for next time. I'm lifting some weights with this arm to get it. I've been doing that for the past month or so, 2 months about, roughly. Anyway. So I'm checking out these tracks. Obviously most of them are baboon, but I do see one set there. That is leopard. So I'm expecting I'll get asked first of all, where's Milo? Why is he not here? Since I'm riding a quad bike, Milo doesn't like running that far. The question has been asked a couple of times. Milo is, we calculated the other day, Milo is about 8 years old now, 7.5 to 8 years I think. And then why am I riding a quad bike? Well, the Jeep. You would have seen a previous video with me working on the Jeep's rear lighting. I installed an A-frame so I could tow it up to Kakamas. It's way too expensive to drive it all the way there, too much fuel. So there I had the lighting fixed. Then I had there's a guy who's quite experienced with V8 carburetors in Kakamas. He replaced the jets for me with smaller jets. Actually he said we need to go down more, but he didn't have any in stock, and then adjusted the carburetor to the point where it's running a lot better, a lot smoother. The reason I'm doing all of that to the Jeep, getting it right to run on the road, is because it's been requested for a matriekafskeid, which is in a month or so from now. Now while it was there, the guy warned me that something is not right, and indeed some viewers on the channels warned me earlier that there is a bit of, the engine's got a bit of a miss. We discovered that the valve lifters, the valve rockers, needed some adjustment, and while doing that we saw that two of the lobes on the camshaft, all the lifters on those lobes, have worn down to the point where it needs the replacement. We managed to fully adjust it to the point where it's running beautifully smooth now, but that I need to replace it in the end. So we'll do the matriekafskeid, and after that I'll have the camshaft and lifters replaced. All through my life I've thought that these American V8 engines were silly and outdated. But now I'm growing really attached to it, and it'll cost a bit of money to replace the camshaft and lifters, but it's not as expensive as you would expect. Not as I got the costing for it, got some quotes for it, and I think it's worthwhile replacing it. But don't want to get too technical in this video. I'm going to replace it with maybe a flatter camshaft, or one which runs lower power but smoother torque at lower revs, because that's where I use it mostly. Anyway, Alright, see you on the next one. Cheers.